West Orange, New Jersey. Stockton just took a 2-1 lead on a goal by Brooks Raddick with under 36 seconds left in the second period. We're up 2-1 in a very raucous game. And now that I think about it, Pat, yeah, it must be that Metz is gone for the game because there's nobody in the penalty box right now other than backup goaltenders for Stockton as the Pirates had the puck behind the goal. Devin Metz earlier in the game given what we now have to think is a game misconduct.
And for good reason, right, Chris? I mean, you're doing that stuff in ACHA college hockey. That's just unacceptable. We were talking about it during the intermission. I'm surprised there was no concussion protocol for Fox.
That's absolutely true. There wasn't really anything there. In case you didn't see, Devin Metz of Stockton ran into the goaltender John Fox of Seton Hall. Now, to be fair, this was not exactly a clear-cut black and white play as Stockton players fire at that goal. They were both racing after a loose puck, and they collided. Fox's helmet came off. His mask came off. That's the way you want to put it, actually. And I don't think there was really any intent by Metz. I thought maybe they were going to give him 2, and that was it. But they did ultimately give him the gate. Seton Hall did not score in their 5-minute power play. They actually had a 5-on-3 for a brief time. But Metz is done for the night. Fox is seemingly okay, as this we stated back in that shot by Oldhorn was gloved by Corella, who's also been excellent. But yeah, it's true. You did mention that no real concussion protocol. It seemed it's obviously different when when it's at a club level, but
You would think with 3 goalies on Seton Hall's roster that you would get a little bit of just a little checkout, maybe.
Yeah, it's true. You would have to imagine that. But nothing happened there as Stockton the race for this puck. Here is a shot that goes wide off the end board and off the dasher and out of play. That was coming off the stick of Matt Costantino.
It looked like at the end of the second period that not scoring on the power play kind of took the wind out of the sails of the Pirates, leading to the goal by Stockton, and hopefully that didn't continue to take the wind out of their sails in this period.
Well, back and forth in this abbreviated third period to this point. Big collision there between Panico and Zumo, as this one is a shot that was blocked, came loose on the front, a backhanded try, and that one was stopped and covered by Corella. That was Jake Hall diving for that puck. Exactly 2 minutes gone by here in the third period. And the power play wasn't that bad for Seton Hall. I would say the first 2 minutes or so, they didn't really get much going. Last 3, quite a few pretty good chances, but Corella just standing on his head.
No, yeah, you're right. They definitely had a few chances, but like you said, both goalies here just incredible in this game so far.
And I think we also said, this is probably the first game, maybe for either side, that's been pretty evenly played this season. As this one shot out of play. That hit a Seton Hall player on the bench, I thought. Apparently not so. The puck stays in play, goes high off the glass, but still in play. Pirates can hold his own. Probably the most evenly played and most defensive game for each of these teams to start the season.
Right. I mean, you look at the 0-2 record of Stockton, they're certainly not playing like that. They're right up there with Seton Hall.
This one was off the end board, dangerous bounce out in front, stop and cover by Corella. Yeah, the Pirates 1-2-0. 3 points, 6 back of Buchanan and Millersville for first in the conference. Stockton 0-2-0, tied for 6th, 9 points back. Face off one with the Pirates. Shot on goal by Mascolo was gloved by Corella. Corella an 0-1 year. Last season 5-5-1 at 3.68 goals against, 903 save percentage, and 1 shutout. Stayed ahead by Nation, who scored the first goal for Stockton. behind the net. Now out of the point, turnaround shot goes through everybody. Scolo took the backhand to a teammate, but it was taken away and carried out in front of Panico. Nice save by Fox, and he covers. Pushing and shoving after the fact. Between Matron and Seton Hall player. Not quite sure who is cheating.
Whatever it was, a little bit more here from the fans.
Yeah, they have not necessarily let up. We're also moving on the Stockton side of the ice. Which would probably explain why I believe I see Michael Salercio's dad, and he was speaking before the game, now on the opposite side of the ice, and for understandable reason. This one chipped back out to center.
Yeah, like you said, Talercio's dad on the other side, I certainly don't blame him. It is quite a little rowdy over here.
R-O-W-D-I-E-I as in icing. That's also not how you actually spell rowdy, contrary to popular belief, peddled by cheer squads. Back at the other end, this is an icing. Face off in the Seton Hall zone. 3:42 gone by in the third. Off the tie-up, Pirates able to pick it back. Playing in the far corner now. There's a big drive by Seton that was redirected and blocked. Sliding it ahead was Fearon. They'll go for a change. Up ice, it's Brooks Raddick, who right now has what would be the game-winning goal. Up point turnaround shot. That one is gloved by Fox and O'Malley. Fox again played pretty well tonight. His last outing let up 2 goals on 27 shots on September 29th. That was at Millersville.
Millersville currently leads the conference, correct?
That is correct, sir. Alongside UPenn. At least going into the day for Saturday. Popular night for club hockey. That, I believe, is when Seton Hall will have all of their home games, if not road games as well. As Nation shoots one that goes wide off the glass. Osprey, hold it. Near wall, pass intercepted by the alternate captain, Tyler O'Leary, who clears this one all the way down. No icing, but there is an icing.
Late call there by the refs.
A little bit. As you can hear the words, "Oh my goodness," I believe that was coming from Stockton. And of course, that would only happen on a positive call for them if there was ultimately that delayed gratification. So
Chris, I think they changed the playlist.
It is possible. That's a good point. They went to more hip hop. I don't know if that's if they're trying to. If they think it's going to set a good tone, and I think classic rock is more of a jinx. We'll see. Is this held in at the right point? Pass redirected. Behind the net and played by Zumo. Nick Zumo tied up there for a moment with Clemson. Raddick trying to hit it to the front of backhand to try with block. Raddick will take it again. Raddick helps it behind the goal. Clemson finds Russell. Lead on to the back of the right point. Here's a shot. That one is blocked. His hand is Jake Hall. This one cleared all the way down. No icing. Both teams will change. Saucer pass. Through the hand all the way down. On goal stopped by Fox. So cover with 14-14 left in the third.
Yeah, I mean, kind of a little bit of a slower period than the other two to start it so far, I would say.
Well, again, the first period you have those initial shitters, and the second period did begin with a Seton Hall power play.
Not that it's slow, but it certainly just doesn't have
It's not as eventful.
exactly. I guess that would be the best way to
That's,
put it.
yeah. Elgin up point, here's Seton with a shot. That one is blocked. Get the skate of Oldhorn. Oldhorn comes with a loose puck behind his own goal and shovels it out to center. Two Osprey colliding as the Pirates bring it back in. Here is a shot and a save by Corella off ledge. This one kept in, shot redirected, still loose to the front, backhand and across, they score! Patrick Wedge ties the game with 13:33. Wait a minute. Are they saying no goal? I don't know what the reason is here. I don't know if they're saying it didn't go in.
Could we look at an offside here?
I don't think the ruling was offside. Either the puck didn't enter the net, or the net was knocked off its moorings. It does not appear that was the case. I guess it was just held in off the line by Corella.
It would be nice if we got a little bit of an explanation.
Yeah, it's true, but again, it's more difficult at this level. Regardless, it remains 2-1 in favor of Stockton. Taken out by Volpe. He reverses, that goes through O'Leary, but Reed will play it. Reed with a shot. That one is sipped away by Corella. Held into the left point, coming in a pinch, was Romano. Behind the net is Fearon. Fearon working into the circle. Back out to the low slot. Here is a shot pass. He's looking for a deflection by Volpe. He got it. Here's another try. That one is stopped. Backhander. That one did not go. The net comes off its moorings, so no change for Stockton. That backhander by Reed, I'm not quite sure how that didn't go in.
That was certainly close, and I gotta say, the net has been knocked off its moorings a few times here on Stockton's side.
Well, yeah, it's funny. Where I work with the 87s down in Wall and the EHL, the EHLP, that specifically the Blue Reef where they usually play their games, it seems like the net comes off its moorings all the time. It's not even intentional. It's just the way it works, and it seems like that happens in a lot of rinks. So and sometimes it's just when a goaltender just pushes off with his skate, and the net is just not strong enough. The moorings are not strong enough. That's just what happens. The Pirates try to poke it back up the center. Good deep there by Finito. Raddick gets a little shove in. His Oldhorn will play it ahead. Pirates skate through center. Gary now once more by Finito. Outlet pass. Formation. Pirates take it back. Here's Oldhorn on the right side. Oldhorn skating through center.
Look at that speed from Allhorn again.
That obvious speed as this one is shoveled on goal, stopped on a hop by Corella, and we're going to stop it with 11:57 to play in regulation time. Both teams will change here. Now at 10:46 Eastern Time, 8:45 puck drop here. This one's played back in the left point, hanging across off the boards. A one-timer by Tozer. He fans on it. This one backhanded all the way down. No icing. As Nation was winning that one. The Pirates will be able to play this one ahead. Skip back out to center all the way down. No icing. Trying to get this. It's Constantino. It's turned over. Pass fanned on. Pirates in dangerous territory there, but eventually able to play it. Ian Dialing working across. It's cleared in by Kevin Murphy. This one banked off the wall back to center. Wrestle. Was able to get it back to Murphy. Who hands it across for Dialing. Tozer working it across for Romano. Romano off the boards, redirected by Fearon. Osprey play back to center, delayed offside. The Pirates get back on. Racing in and shooting this one. It just went wide. That was Fearon. That one just barely missing the right post. And an offside here against the Pirates. It looks like that was Volpe getting back. And so we'll get a stoppage with 10:42 left in the third.
You know, it's a one-goal game. There's still time here for Seton Hall. I mean, 10:42 left on the clock, and they've been playing solid offensive hockey. So I believe that if they can squeak one through, certainly can tie this up.
And the referees and the linesmen are coming together to discuss where the draw should be. Now they say it will be on the Stockton side of the ice in the neutral zone. Face off won by Stockton. Well, you know, again, Pat, the big thing is, can the Pirates push past the goal that was waved off? That's a big mental challenge there, as that one is backhanded off the high glass behind the net. But it seems like they've gotten a couple of good opportunities since then, including that shot by Fearon that had just whistled wide. Stefano, unable to clear. That one came out of the zone, delayed offside against Seton Hall. They'll come back in and touch up. A collision in front of the Stockton bench as they were changing. Radek with it here for the Osprey. Radek walks in and shoots one. I think that was redirected by O'Leary as it goes out of play with 9:56 left in regulation. Face-off will come to the left of Fox. Fox, who last year for this team was 4-0, a 1.71 goals against, 941 save percentage. There's an outstanding stats in a fairly small amount of games. This one's redirected wide. And despite the fact that his team is trailing, he has played quite well tonight, as has Guerrero at the other end. Scolo on the tie-up, had it played away. Bullhorn tangles with Wessel. This one held in by Romano. Now to the corner. Bullhorn a centering try. Scolo had it broken up by Sevian. Back to the blue line, out of the zone, delayed offside, but it's kicked back out. Pirates will get it once again. Here's Muscolo. Nice move. We'll try to get around the man, but Sevian was not impressed. Sevian bringing it back for Stockton. Had it knocked off his stick on the back check by Muscola. Bullhorn laying it back down to Tozer. Tozer ahead for Romano. Romano an outlet pass on the right wing, unable to get to that was Bullhorn. Nation able to play it back and play ping pong in neutral ice. Carried now by DeStefano. DeStefano banks it off the near wall and lays into Romano behind the play. Tozer able to hold his own at the right point. Tozer finding a man here is a centering try that was knocked down with a high stick. And looks like the Pirates are going to let Stockton touch this one. So we'll get a face-off. Should be still inside the Stockton zone. 8:31 left in the third period.
You know, right after that hit on Mascolo, he skated right off the ice. So I'm hoping that nothing's wrong with him as Hoyt came on.
Does not appear to be getting any medical attention, so that's probably a good sign. This one redirected all the way down, puck rolling on its side as Fox is able to play it away for a moment. Pirates unable to clear initially, now on the second try they can do so. Stockton completing a change. This one just beyond the reach of Fearon, he's able to play it off the sideboards. Fearon works it around the boards behind the net. Tangling for this one is Machin. He's able to scoop it in the air and clear it. This will be an icing against Stockton with 7:56 left in the period. You're right, they definitely changed the playlist.
For sure. We're getting a few here. We've got we've got rock, we've got rap, we've got country, we've got every different genre here.
It's the Billboard Top 40 with Casey Kasem. Well, Stockton, it appears, has called a timeout here. It's a wise move with 7:56 left in the third and committing another icing.
Now look, this is a chance for the coaches to talk to Seton Hall and maybe capitalize on some of these offensive chances because they're getting them. They're just not capitalizing on them.
It's true. It seems like the second period belonged to Stockton, and of course they got the goal. First period favored Seton Hall, but the difference was Stockton was even able to get a goal in that frame as well. Seton Hall, probably the ice has been tilted in their favor in this period. Maybe not by a ton necessarily, it hasn't been overwhelming. But they look like the stronger team here in the third, and by that measure, by that logic, overall they've looked stronger in this game.
I would say this period has been the most back and forth. Would you agree?
I think that's pretty fair. I think that's pretty fair to say. I'd give a slight edge to the Pirates in this period. But yeah, fairly even. The Pirates obviously put on the pressure in the last couple of minutes, causing the timeout. And then Seton Hall still has one of their own. Keep that in mind for later in the action. Off the tie-up, Seton trying to move it forward. He cannot. And rested DiStefano, able to get it back out to the point and out of the zone. And it could be a 2-on-1. Here come the Osprey. There's a centering try. Radek on the back door. Couldn't put it home. Net comes off its moorings as going down to block the pass is Michael Reed. So the face-off will come to the right of the goaltender, John Fox, as Reed did enough, just enough to, I think, slow down Radek on that play. Keep that puck down.
I got to tell you one thing. Whoever's the rink manager here really needs to bolt these nets down into the ice.
You know what? It's unfortunately a problem that I see all too often at a lot of levels of, whether it's club hockey or junior hockey. I don't know what I can tell you about minor league hockey, but definitely club, junior, or bantam, peewee, etc. But still a nice facility. As this one is centered, it went off a skate, trickled back out to the point and out of the zone. It was slow, well short of icing. As Romano is being harassed by Radek, and Radek succeeded, if only for a moment. That'll be taken by Machin. Tried to bank it in. That one was stopped. Another try. That one is scooped by Fox, and looked like Machin knocked the stick out of, I think it was Romano after the play. No call. Not the first time. I don't think it's happened tonight on either side. $6:59 left in the third period. 2-1. Osprey in front of the Pirates. Left winger Seton with a shot redirected wide. Chopping down that one was Nation. Pirates can carry it. Here's Brendan O'Rourke. He's able to clear in. O'Rourke, the Richmond, Rhode Island native. Pirates tangle for this puck.
Possible another 2-on-1.
Matron walks in and shoots. Good block there on the slide by Tyler O'Leary. Seton Hall able to clear. Walking neutral ice, turnover. Well, I thought it was turnover for a moment. As Patrick Wedge was in the middle, but Sevian able to work ahead, redirected by Matron all the way down. He was at the red line when he touched that puck. This one swept to the far side. As the Osprey kept it for a moment. Now the possession belongs to the Pirates. Trying to clear their own zone. Trying to work back in by Stockton, but taken again by Patrick Wedge. Wedge on the outside. Wedge goes to the corner. Wedge had a goal taken away a few minutes ago by Matt Corella. Works it for the captain, Michael Volpe. Left point. For Romano. Now behind the net, Sevian works it around far point. Good keep there. If only for a moment. Poked again. A sliding puck is able to be cleared by Brooks Radek. Radek skating ahead to late offside. And this offside is ultimately called. Stockton fans wanting a penalty on that play, but ultimately that was after the offside was called, or really simultaneously.
Yeah, I didn't even see that as a trip there. It looked like it could have been, but he really just he lost an edge there. He wasn't tripped.
Well, they tangled. It may have been just stick-on-stick contact. As Radek was unable to stay upright. 5:22 left in the third. Stockton winning the draw. Stefano clearing into the near corner. Starting with this one is Romano. Outlet pass for a man fresh off the bench for Seton Hall. Cross ice to the near side for Fearon. Buck skipped up high and out of the zone, delayed offside. Pirates touch up. Stockton with possession. This in neutral ice. Good hit there from Romano. Carried now by Mascolo. Mascolo for Romano again. Cross ice pass. There's a collision behind the play. Seton Hall with an on-man rush. There's a drop pass. And the puck rolls off a stick. Pirates able to keep it though. It's Wedge. Wedge. Reverse pass. Now slid on back to the point. Here's a shot by Hoyt. That one was blocked. Here's another try, and that's gloved. And Machen with a big hit behind the play as well. 4:30 left in the period.
Hey, I mean, if you're Seton Hall, you're getting shots on goal. So that's what you want, because one could definitely sneak through.
Well, they've had some traffic out there in front of Corella. Just not enough. As Holhorn tangles on this draw, it'll be held in by the Pirates. 2-on-1 for Seton Hall now, 2-on-2 in that near corner. Holhorn unable to keep it.
It looks like we're getting a penalty for Seton Hall.
Penalty upcoming against Seton Hall as it looks like Matthew Brock was reaching for his right rib. As it'll be a cross-checking penalty for Michael Mascolo. So 4:12 left in the third.
This is exactly what I've been talking about. You can't lose your cool, especially in this situation, down 1 goal at the end of the third period if you're Seton Hall.
First penalty in this third period, if I mark that correctly. Stockton 1 for 2 on the power play tonight. Goal from Machen earlier. That was the first of the game for the Osprey. Collision against that near wall. Gary now centering try was blocked. Coming off the stick of Tanner Clemson. Clemson for Wessel. Wessel. Later on in the back, Sevian. Sevian for Wessel again. Wessel with the circle. Knock it off for Sevian. Sevian walks in. Sevian shoots one after he goes wide. Off the end boards. Crazy bounce. Good job by O'Leary to play it away from the goal as nets off its moorings. So we're going to stop it. No change here for Seton Hall with 1:31 left in the power play. 3:43 left in regulation.
This is a must-kill for Seton Hall. If they go down 3-1 with, it'll be around 2 minutes left in the period.
Absolutely so. This one held in. Here's a shot. That one's blocked away by Fox. A tie-up and a clear all the way down. Kevin Murphy able to outlet it for DeStefano. Tozer on the takeaway from bouncing puck. Cleared it back out to center. Stockton retains possession. 1 minute left in the power play. Good forecheck there from Fearon on the play. It's a 4-on-1. That's eventually, of course, won by Stockton. Here's Raddick. Raddick walking in, forcing it outside. Good work by Tozer. Left point to Stefano. On to the right from Murphy. Murphy. Good pressure here from the Pirates. Taken away by Mascolo. Rather, Romano under the clear. Now the Pirates are working ahead. Here's Holhorn. Holhorn cutting around the man. Holhorn walks in, cross-ice pass, good block, but it popped high in the air and a good job by Corella diving back to his right. And Corella's really limpy behind the play. Skated back in. 15 seconds left in the power play. Laid on back to the left point. Here is Brock for Wessel. Now Brock again, 5 left in the power play. Brock with a shot. That one stopped by Fox. Still with the to the front. Walking in, it's Wessel. Just after the power play ended, it was
Chris, I don't know if you saw it there, but there's a little bit of goaltender interference.
Really?
Yeah, there was hands all over. I'm not sure if he had a chance to make that save.
I think that's the discussion
Yeah, it
with
looks.
Michael Volpe and the linesman. They're discussing this. Remember, a goal was taken off the board earlier that would have gone to Seton Hall. That was not related to goaltender interference. It appeared more so that Corella just kept the puck off the goal line. I mean, this is tough to discuss well after the fact and overturn it.
The way I saw it, that was clear interference. There was about 3 players all over Fox.
Well, they're talking to Volpe again, and based on the reaction, yeah, it looks like this is a mistake.
For good reason, Volpe's arguing it for good reason.
And Seton Hall will take their timeout. Down 2 with 2:12 to play. So that goal belongs to Mackenzie Russell. And the captain of Stockton has stretched their lead to 2. Russell, with his first of the season last year and the year before, was excellent. Had 36 points in 21 games. The year before that, 44 points in 26 games. And before that, had not played since the 18-19 season, at least recorded, with the Niagara Falls Powerhawks and the Niagara Falls Thunder of the USPHL Premier. And 98 years. You'll see a lot of guys who are above the traditional college age playing club hockey. Just a way to extend their careers.
You certainly see it a lot, and for these players, it's a great way to just keep going and keep playing and continue your careers, like you said.
That's true. Absolutely good point. Great way to play. Competitive hockey for some of these guys who might not have reached the varsity level of NCAA. As the Pirates have been at empty, here's a shot saved there by Corella on Michael Volpe.
All right, well, if you're the Pirates, you got about 2 minutes here, so that's a goal a minute. So let's see what happens. We have the goalie pulled, so one quick one and then another quick one. And then hope for overtime. Unless you get another quick one.
The hockey equivalent of a blue club blast.
Exactly.
With 1:55 left here in the third. By the way, in case you're wondering, especially if you're a Stockton fan, I'd have to imagine Phillies beat the Braves tonight by a score of 3-0. You know our South Jersey crowd. As this one's rimmed around the boards, out of the zone. Beyond the reach of Michael Reed.
Not.
This one is Raddick. Raddick with a sharp angle. Good play.
Oh, right in the crease.
Rather Romano. As the Pirates can bring it back. Right side, Mascolo. Drop pass, intercepted. Back to the point. Good job to kick it back in. Olhorn in the corner, had it spiked away. Played now by Fearon, 1:18. Left on the clock. Pass intercepted, worked back to the point, but not out. Romano, cross ice. Here's a shot that goes high off the glass. Fearon, unable to hold his own. It's Romano who's pressured. Fearon turns and fires back in, delayed offside. Pirates touch up with under a minute to play. They need 2. To a point out of the zone. Played now by Fearon. Russell gets his second of the night and his second of the year. Second in a span of under 2 minutes, as a matter of fact, and it's 4-1 in favor of the Osprey.
Well, I'm not going to call it yet, but it seems like we know the fate of this game. Not great for Seton Hall, but overall, I think they played an all right game.
They did play a good game, and in many ways you could argue that they looked like the better team, but Stockton just being very advantageous.
I mean, sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
but maybe I'm in the minority here. But to me, this game's 2-1. I mean, you have the goaltender interference, then you have an empty net goal. So right now, the score is 2-1 to me.
Yeah, it's a fair point. You can play revisionist history. But ultimately, that scoreboard now favors Stockton and favors them by 3. Again, this was a 2-1 game with under 3 minutes remaining in regulation. Stockton scored on the power play, really after the power play ended, actually. And it's funny, I've argued for a long time that really a power play doesn't entirely end until that fifth guy is all the way back.
Exactly. Yes.
And now a penalty upcoming. That is against that'll be Machen going off the box with 16.3 left in the third.
Again.
Machen for slashing. Did Machen go off early?
I believe so.
If he did, I didn't write it down exactly. I
believe it was first period he did go off.
But I definitely didn't write. Oh, you know what? That's right. That was when I forgot. That's the same time that Mets had gone off, and so Machen had gone in the box. The Pirates go on the power play again. This one comes out of the zone. Fans yelling that the clock needs to be started.
Come on, there's like 13 seconds left. Give them a break.
And we get another stoppage. They're calling the game. Now they're going to call the game.
That
They're
is.
going to say that they started it too late, and that's it.
That still was like 3 seconds. I have never seen that. I have never seen that in a hockey game before.
Frustrating finish for the Seton Hall Pirates, despite a fairly good performance that just did not get the results that they wanted.
Yeah, I gotta say, Chris, Seton Hall played better than the scoreboard indicates.
Yeah, no, you can definitely say. Well, look, it was 2-1 with under 3 minutes to play in regulation, and Seton Hall looked like the stronger team in the first. Stockton looked stronger in the second, and I'd give the edge to Seton Hall for most of that third before those last 2 goals.
For sure, you could say that. I see these teams as even.
Yeah, well, you know, a lot of times the numbers do not necessarily reflect the play. But regardless, this game belongs to the Stockton Osprey, who come into Richard J. Cody Arena and pull off a 4-1 victory over the Seton Hall Pirates. Well, that does it for us for tonight. For Pat and for Olivia, our camerawoman, thank you very much for your time. I'm Chris Russo, signing off.